GWM, go with more. GWM, go with more. GWM, go with more.
好，这里是长城汽车官方直播间，欢迎来到我们的保定分会场。前方环塔拉力赛可以说是激战正酣。
For the Taklimakan Rally, there is info spring and the tank 300, 700 and cannon. There is the Gobi desert, difficult situation. There is a high requirements for the vehicles. So there is a test for the vehicles for off-road performance, and that will promote our R&D in promoting the performance of the vehicle. And behind that, there is the deepening improvement. And today we have two guests: GWM Technical Center engineer for chassis, and our two experts will talk about the race and how can the race will improve the performance of the vehicle. And let's talk about the technique related to the chassis. The first question, I think all of you may want to know, GWM attending the T2 race. So the chassis is the same of the mass production vehicles, and how to make sure the quality. So focus on the rules of the Taklimakan Rally, and there will be no adjustment in some regards in related to modification and the chairs, and there's some safety related modification, and other parts totally the same as the mass production vehicles. And if you make it too different, even though you get a good performance, they will be not relevant to the vehicles the users use. And we use this kind of vehicles so that we can have the data and improve the R&D. So these two teachers are really good at the R&D of the vehicles and of the anti-roll frame and Can you share something about the technique part? So you can the anti-rolling frame and the seat and other parts also very important, like the navigation part, and in some limited road like 35 or 7, and you open this, and then you can avoid some fatigue from the drivers. So in the race, there will be this kind of function also, yes. I'm also curious about this. In the desert, the vehicle gets stuck. The first thing, step on the gas. But that is the worst decision. Drive, what is the right way to be unstuck? Step on the oil. In the desert, there is a really bad habit. The core is very obvious. No grabbing, and you will be get stuck in the vehicle, in the sand, and there will be a sliding, and there will be the chassis problem, and there will be more risk of being stuck. So we recommend you to do these 4 steps. First, when you feel that the vehicle has a sleeping problem, and stop the vehicle, stop the engine, stop touching the sand, and you come down and take a look. And there's the one side or the entire, the 4 parts. And also the 4 more or sand more gently step on the oil and just like floating slowly, being freed from there and get the right whipping. The force, if there is you need to deal with the sand in the chassis and try to be unstuck with low speed. So we have some experience and technique and control the throttle and get the vehicles out. But for the new users, they are not able to do this. So for this pain point in the industry and with the practice in the desert, we have the rescue mode. So the logic of the old drivers can be also applied for the new drivers, users, and there will be the empty rolling of the vehicle's front tires or back tires. But for rescue mode, there will be another control. The speed of the 4 wheels, the speed totally the same. There will be not like one side of the wheels just moving, so you will be out of trouble slowly. So we get the experience and have the experience method to get rid of the troubles, and our engineers provide this technique to our users so they can be free of trouble. Even though you're the new users and you have our model, you will be get free easily. So very good for the new users. So in the desert, the first thing is the insurance. So HFT, there is that's VS mode. And comparing to the insurance, which one is safer? Professional question. So when you enter the ABS insurance, you get rid of that. There is the pain point. The traditional ABS, there is the high-speed road like the asphalt. And when you're on the desert, actually that way will not help at all. To pretend the vehicle being avoid the sleeping problem, the logic is different in desert. And they will control the wheels, and it cannot work like the shovel. The sand will stay in front of the vehicle. They will be blocking the vehicle, and the distance will be longer. And you get rid of the insurance, and there is the experience, and we need to make sure the safety. But the cost is that for this traditional method, there will be no steering power capability anymore. When you go uphill, and there will be the spin tail, quite risky. So the new user should not use this tactic. So in the Taklimakan desert, we have the ABS control logic for the desert, and we have done the upgrading. Just Mr. Liu mentioned that for our ABS, it's not so suitable for the desert. So, according to our experience in this industry, we control the speed of the wheel in a limited period of speed. So to maintain, and there will be the sand, and the distance will be better. So it's not just like simply remove the ABS, and there will be the sand. So in a special situation, in front of the sleeping problem, you need to steer, because we need to keep the ABS. For the new users, when you steer the vehicle, for the old drivers, they know what is in front of them. And when there is a pit, you just start to turn. You are able to do that. You can brake it, and also you can turn it, and that is really awesome for the new users. Before we get rid of that, that is to control the distance. But for the desert, ABS is using the technique and experience, just like shortening the distance. So in the future, you are not thinking about getting rid of that. You can drive like an old driver and steer easily. So playing in the desert, maybe you need to release some air. And what's the pressure of the tire? And why we have this kind of number? Very professional questions again. There is a common knowledge when you're in the desert, because the sand is really soft. The tire pressure, if it's too high, will be not good. We release some air to improve the area of the tire and the floor. They need to have more area to touching each other. So how much lower? 1.0, 1.5A. And some of them will be even lower. 0 to 0.8, not be too low. Or you'll find it difficult to change the direction, and it will be dangerous. And how to make sure you're doing it right? There is a standard. There is a little bit pumping of the tire, and can touch the surface of the floor more. There will be what you can visible, like 1.0 to 1.5. Why is not only one number? Like April and May, and June and August, the sand tastes different. Sometimes softer, sometimes harder. So that is why we are testing the pressure in the tire and know the difference. If the pressure is too high, the contact too small, and they will be not good for the new users. Maybe they will get stuck. If the pressure is too low, lower, and then you will find it easier to be unstuck. And you do the turn, and for some situation, you can face difficult situation. So when you get started, how to prevent the problems, and we need to provide a number. And we need to have this number focused on our experience, not just 1.0, 1.5. We need to know the sand is hard or soft, and the tire, there's the AD tire, harder, and 1.0, the same. Maybe it's not popping up like other tire and the smaller tires and the 1.0, and you see it's not good, and you need to check with your eyes also, and a little bit popping up, and you can know it is right. It's right. Going into the desert, you need to release some air. But when you come out from the desert, you need to get some air because in this desert it's soft, it's soft sand. But on the raw high-speed railroad, and there will be a different pressure too, and there will be overheating problem. And after some time under the sun, there will be the flat tire. So after releasing the air, you need to add some get air on the way also. You need to get the pump. Yes, that's correct. If there's a team with you, that would be okay too. So safety number one. This is very interesting. I want to know that they choose the engineer drivers. Even though the engineers are not having the race, why we need to train the engineers to learn to be the racer, and what's the consideration? So it's not the racer. The training is not about the racer. We want to train a driver, train the engineers who can be the racer, drive the racing cars. Why the vehicle can be this? Sometimes the race will find it hard to provide information to the engineers, just like translation from Chinese to English or English to Chinese. And sometimes you may lose something. So for the off-road engineer, if they can drive the racing cars on the high-speed road, they can feel the problem of the vehicles or the changes, and they can do some modification, clarification right away. So it'll be really effective time efficiency. So we can solve the problem faster, the professional racer, and also after translating, maybe there will be some information missing. The racers, they know some problems, like the CTO mentioned before, the engineer in the side, and then just everything ready. If it's not good, they will do the adjustment again. It's so fast. Like we get some suppliers, we make the changes, and you get it and do the analysis and give it to you and change and get the analysis and change again. So it will take a long time. So the cycle will be longer. So engineers, I'm the engineer and also a racer also. When we do this, we can notice the problem really quickly. When we notice the problem, we'll know the way to make the correction, and then we do the improvement really fast. So normally when we have the race, we test the vehicle, we will know the racing cars, what kinds of needs the vehicles need, and then we will know first what the requirements for the customers and the new users. And so the vehicles need to be suitable for the new users and old drivers and racers, not just for the race, and also focus on the new users. So this cannot be all done by the racers. So effectiveness highly improved. Yes. So Mr. Go is the professional racer and the engineer. You get the data and the experience that can improve the mass production vehicle. Can you give us some examples? Of course, I will. Here is the core for us to have in the race. For example, so the chassis, the suspension, work in long hours, there is the high temperature, and if you have the race, you know that. And higher, there are deviation, and the performance will be worse for the engineer and also the racer. They can deal with the heat dissipation, and so it will not be too much reduction in performance. So Taklimakan soft sand, when there is the sleeping problem, there is the distribution of the different parts need to be really fast. The engineer experienced that in the desert one time and then again. So all terrain development, we're doing a good job in this part. They're trying to get the data from the race, and this will be applied in mass production vehicles and improve the performance So Mr. Wei also mentioned that repeatedly. So the main value is to get the data and experience from the racing cars, and then all applied in the mass production vehicles. So the performance of your vehicles is the experience got from our engineer and also racers. So there are so many stories of the race, and very soon there will be summer. So as the engineer, do you have some suggestions for the users to drive the vehicle in hot temperature? So as the engineer, you need to believe the vehicle. You need to protect the production logic. And there is the heat management standard for the high temperature plateau and Japan. We have the guarantee. And some people say, my vehicle has stopped and still making a sound. So does it mean there is a problem? What I want to say is that there is the normal protection logic. When we do the off-road, the temperature is high. And when it's high, we do the control. And there is the heat control mode. And the engine can lower the engine in advance. We have this mode, and it can work, kick in faster. So there will be no high temperature in the desert. So it's normal. Some people drive continuously. The air conditioner not working anymore. There is a problem? No. Like 130 is high, and they need to maintain the power to make sure that you are safe. So there is the reduction of the pace, and you don't need to worry about this. And you also need to focus on this, like the boundary, like the desert and the high hill. So constant driving, you need to have the right driving mode. So in a vehicle, we have many off-road modes, and there are different options. You need to get the right mode so the engine will be in the best performance and protect the transmission also. So before you get that, you need to check the cooling liquid, and that is important. There is the precondition for make sure you are safe. So there are some experience from the two teachers for summer driving. So today we have shared some suggestions and some experience. So every time we have the wonderful information for you, and thank you these teachers for sharing the information with us. And now let's go to Xinjiang. Welcome to GWN Taklimakan Rally live stream. I'm Nancy, and this is our teacher, He Xin. Hi, everyone. Today, we have the SS9, the 9th stage information. So after last 2 days race, and today, there will be the rest day, and we will go to the Meki stage. So we are going to Magdi, even though the departure is the same of the S7, but different direction. The first part maybe the same as the S7, and later going west, across the entire Taklimakan desert, and then go to Meki. So for today, there is a nickname, Small Devil Stage, long distance, more than 300 kilometers. So after SSA, let's see who got the champion of that stage.
Today was a hard stage, almost 6 hour race, never stop, very hard stage. The last 100 kilometers, he in the one section part of the dune, I saw he behind me. We come together with the final stage, just in case if I need some stuck in the sun or he's stuck in the sun. We are in the same team. We are working. I so friendly with Farres, a very good driver. Every time we start the race, we want to win, but well, I every stage I try to bring my best.
Today we are very happy because at the end we won the special, no? So this is important. Always I have more confidence. The car is very strong and I can drive and enjoy a lot. No, this is very important. And always with safety. In this sport, it's very important go fast with safety. So thank you very much. I want to say thank you all the team, mechanics from China, and engineers, all the team, because we are a team and this is the best important.
Welcome back for SSA. Very wonderful stage. And before that, many people are thinking SSA easier. But actually, no. There are many interesting things happened yesterday. Let's hear about the stage. Ferris. He got the champion. The number is, and then Cavaliazo first, and then the average for Cavaliazo is the third one to finish the race. 5 hours, 23 minutes, and 39 seconds, just 5 minutes away from end of it. So the first one I want to mention that is Ma Hailong, the number 226. There's the vehicle of Ma Hailong. Be careful. Watch out for the vehicles. Where's the microphone? So you did really good yesterday. You got the fourth place. I did a calculation before. So the cumulative result, you got the first position, but not far away from the first one. And after yesterday's stage, third place overall ranking, 35 hours, 31 minutes, and 57 seconds. So far away from the awarding stage, we need to keep the momentum. So for the friends who like to have the rally, the most important part is to finish the race, have all the stages done. So after SS5, SF6, maybe you can be released. But after SS8 and SS9, there are many vehicles had the withdrawal. So FS7 and A, the difficulty, how much difference comparing to SS5 and 6? I think there is no simple stage for the SS8. Yesterday's stage is the classic stage. We do that every year. So for the production vehicle, not friendly to this vehicle. A departure late, and there was a professional cars. And there is the influence on the road, and we found it difficult to drive. And drive along the river, that kind of feeling was good with the jungles. We felt scared the vehicle will be damaged. When another thing is that in the desert, even though you think you can drive to different direction, but for want to be off-road rally, you need to find the road right direction. So there is only one route. So no other options. You only can follow the route, one direction. It will be better when you come back. So in the jungle, there will be a wider road. You can do the overtake when it's possible. And there is a dust from the vehicle in front, and the vehicle cannot see anything and still need to do the overtaking. How did you do that? Just step on the throttle? Be brave? No. Steady speed, because I know that for the stage, there is a big test for the vehicle, trying to protect the vehicle all the time. So dusty also. When we feel there is no power, we need to release some air. So in this way, there is a reliable way to do it when you have the A to B rally, where you need to take 6 to 7 hours to finish this stage. Not too long, but because really difficult pass. So for today, it's more than 300 kilometers. Talk about this stage. The first part is the same as the stage 7, almost the same. But the second part also difficult. We should not be too relaxing, need to be cautious. More than 300 kilometers, quite challenging. No easy stage, really, I do feel that way. So really difficult this year. So for all the stages, which one is the most impressive one? The first one and the third one easier. Impressed by the easier ones. The third one is longer, but the track is not too difficult. The last question. If you need to provide a sentence as a gift to yourself for the Taklimakan Rally. Have the good performance. Our netizens are trying to cheer for you. Big up. This is Ma Hailong. I hope teacher Ma Hailong have a successful trip ride today. Even though for the first 3 stages, even the fourth stage, the result not too good, just like in the middle. At that time, we talk about the A to B race. The first part is the appetizer. So there was the longest stage there, but there was the Gobi, not be challenging in terms of navigation, but starting from stage 5, 6, and A, and today's 9 stage, all difficult. So we share the information of yesterday's stage, just half of the information. So Anarat had a really good result. So Ma Hailong also had really good result. So Ma Hailong's result. So there are many new friends. So for the previous stage, he had the fourth place. 5 hours, 32 minutes, and 28 seconds. He looks quite relaxed. The competitor just 11 minutes away from him, the 5th place. Ma Hailong ranks the 3rd right now, 35 hours, 31 minutes, and 57 seconds. So there was a driver like 20 minutes away from him, and because he had a better performance later, so now his ranking is better now. There is the race between the Chinese drivers and the foreign drivers. I think there is one person who will become really famous. There is Anna. This is the first time for him to have the Taklimakan Rally, but there is fierce competition between him and Caviglia. So before, he was like 20 minutes away from the first place, and after yesterday's race, now yesterday's performance, he did better. Now just like 10 plus minutes difference. So today there is a stage again. So the Anorak will be possible to be better than Caviglia. And Caviglia had the championship 2 times. So really strong, really powerful race. So in conclusion, we can see that for the GWM, there is a fierce competition in GWM. And after the ending of the previous stage, for the top 10, there were 5 vehicles coming from GWM. And the first of 4, the Ferris Anorak, Caviglia, and Trevor Yao got the 6th place for the stage A. So we need to cheer for our races. They're really awesome. So our cumulative result from the first to 8th stage, Caviglia, 32 hours, 15 minutes, and 56 seconds. Anorak is the 3rd place, and they're very close to each other. So Ma Hailong, 35 hours, 31 minutes, and 57 seconds, a little bit further away from Anorak, 3 hours. The 4th one is from GWM, Zhou Renbing, 35 hours, 44 minutes, and 51 seconds. So for there's no big difference. For Zhou Renbing and Ma Hailong, there is only 13 minutes away, 30 minutes different. And the 5th one is just 4 minutes away from the previous one, so really close to each other. Another one, Wang Huijun, another racer from GWM, 7th place, and 31 minutes away from the 6th place. We're looking forward to have the better performance of Wang Huijun. The speed is 180 with 3 wheels, and the race was finished. So Zhou Renbing and Wang Huijun, we need to cheer for them because it is really helpful for them to have better performance. SS5 and 6, there were many vehicles did not finish the race. There was the stocking of the vehicle yesterday also. 32 vehicles had the punishment, and 4 vehicles has the time punishment. 11 vehicles did not go to the right direction in the race. They got lost, but they can be found again. They lost the waypoints. Lost more than 40% of the waypoints. And that is the definition of not finishing the race. So there was the maximum time penalty. 6 vehicles did not finish the race, and there was a vehicle in time control. The starting point did not set off. 10 vehicles did not have the departure. So there, if you did not have the departure, there was the maximum time penalty related to missing the waypoint, and there is also another 1 hour penalty for not having the departure, extra 1 hour. So there is the difference. So from the TC, go to the TC, and then you don't have the departure from TC, they'll be not involving the 1 hour punishment. Some people, just like Anorak and Nicholas, they needed to keep the momentum, and Other people may just focus on enjoying the race, and some may have the defensive tactic. So for the long distance rally, for the latter part, many people, all of them are trying focus on the tactic. So for Anoret and Cavagliasso, they need to maintain stability, not to make huge mistakes and ensure the advantages. So speed is not the first thing. Stability is the first thing. And apart from the stability, there is the teamwork also. For example, like Ferris, there's no chance for him to get a final champion. So his task is to do the testing for the vehicles and get a maximum data for us for some terrain, for some Kobe. And when you can drive fast and you can have the test for the vehicle and see how fast it can have and what's the consumption of fuel and the stability of the suspension. Another task for him is finish the Cavagliasso and Anoret and try to stay with them because they have the same vehicle, the Tank 700 Hyper-T. In case there's no accident. If there's a need, like Cavagliasso, when he has the need, and there will be the teammate providing assistance right away. So in this year's rally, there are many kinds of teamwork here. Yesterday, we saw the comments. The Ferris was driving really fast. He got the first one. Why? And there is the tactical now. Just now, I talk about that. So Ferris, and he has the test from the team. Another thing is that there is no way to get a final champion. And there is a little bit opportunity to get a final champion. But he can try to get a golden helmet. And there is the stage champion. I believe Ferris also want to do better. 47 years old racer. He is really experienced in the race, and he is truly capable. So comparing to the international top tier racers, what's the difference? Chinese racers think that for the racers who have the Dakar Rally, they are more mature. For example, sometimes the drivers are following the vehicles in front, and there is the fog, there is dusty, you cannot see well, and you will try to slow down or find the opportunity on the side to do the overtaking. But many foreign drivers, they are there enough to just go forward, just stay really close to the vehicle in front and do the overtaking. And there is the must technique in Dakar Rally because all of them are doing this. So for this time, for the enthusiasts and Chinese racers, this is a very good race. So Anoret is from the civilian racer and also very powerful. Not just Anoret and other drivers like Li Xiaowen, just the regular from the general public, and he had a really fast speed. So they too have really good result. So in this race, Li Xiaowen had a good performance without big mistakes, and we can expect better performance for Mr. Li. So for the special stage ends 353.66 kilometers. So it's the '71 waypoints, and there are many hidden waypoints, 10 safety waypoints, and also there are 2 check-in points. If you miss this, there will be a time penalty 1 hour. So 91 kilometers is the first checkpoint, and there's another one. I want to mention that apart from these checking points, you need to have the speed limitation. There is another speed limit zone. So 5 kilometers away from the departure location, there was the bridge, and the speed limit is 50 kilometers. And there were two CP points. First one is 40 kilometers, another one is 40 kilometers. So you need to be careful about these two also. Can I have some words with you, Navarro?
You are very fast, but unfortunately you have some difficulties in SS5. Tell us about that situation. What happened?
Yeah, in SS5 I think our position was first with nearly 50 minutes of difference with the second, so we were really comfortable and we were going slow, but we had a problem in the front that the floor on the phone is very low and we have to, it's really impossible to not hit the ground, so we had a broken radiator and we had to go out of the stage to try to get to the level. So yeah,
You know, during the SS6, you won so many hearts of Chinese fans. The top comment in online is 252号沙缝. It means you killed it. So how do you do that?
No, in SS6 we started to take care and we were going in a not really fast pace, but we were starting to catch a lot of cars. So it was nice to overtake a lot. Yeah, fun.
The first question for him is about SS5. Something happened there. What's that? Navarro did not try to be really fast, tried to make it stable. So it is based on the Dakar Rally also. There is the adjustment of the heat dissipation that influenced the heat. The radiator, so he was not able to continue with the race. So SS6, the many fans talking about him. He had a really fast speed. Navarro had a really good performance for that stage.
What's your expectation? What is your plan?
It depends on the stages. For today, the expectation is to keep behind Nico, that he's in first place, and not push a lot. Try to be there if he has a problem. And the next stages, we will see how it goes. Maybe some stages we can go for the win or also do teamwork that it's necessary sometimes.
So every time they just provide a tactic to us directly, really straightforward. So long distance today. So the tactic today is to stay close behind Nicholas, just like providing assistance to Cavigreaso. And if it's successful, and he will see he can get the best performance in the following stages or not.
This lady, she becomes a huge fan of your Rosa and you as well. Yeah.
You know, YouTube becomes super popular in China, so please say something to our audience.
What to say? Thank you to everyone. Our assistant, our driver that drives around, Zhangfei is telling us everything that is happening in the social media in China, so it's really nice. So thank you to everyone and 加油.
加油. Yeah. Thank you. 那么刚才呢，我也说了一个小秘密要告诉他，因为
I said I had a small secret to him because my partner Nancy is totally a fan of the Spanish driver, a huge fan. That's true. And also because they had a really good performance, so they have a lot of fans now. And Navarro thanked the technical support and also the team, and also he wants to thank the social media for providing him support and paying attention to him. 2 days ago, So number 252, the performance of the driver. We can see many people feel really surprised. So overtaking more than 20 vehicles, that is really scary and amazing. We mentioned that for these foreign races, when they have the dust, when they cannot see well, they are there enough to do the overtaking. That there is the capability and also the experience because they are experienced in having the race and they can have the adventure. So Navarra, for top tier team is a member of that. So for this year's Taklimakan Rally, because of the SS9, and we explained before, if you don't finish the race and you miss the waypoint, and there is the time punishment, and there is the other punishment, the maximum time punishment that would take more than 10 hours. For example, like today, the maximum time punishment in total 57 hours, and without losing these 57 hours, it's really hard to get a final champion. But he still can fight in a both way, and we can see they are having a wonderful performance for us. For Navarro, two choices. First is providing assistance to Nicholas. Another one is trying to get the champion for the stage. Another thing is that SS9, 147 kilometers, you can see the row, the formable, with the row with the form. So basically, there are some waypoints. The point when you drive fast, there will be some corners, serious ones, and you need to control the speed, and there will be some bumps and some pits, and you need to be careful about those. But for the second part, you are in the desert again, and after CP2, will be facing the L2 big sand dunes, and they will be quite tough for navigation. At the meantime, you need to be careful. Yesterday, after getting the roadbook, there was the updated roadbook. So there's some upgrading of the roadbook. And there were 10 kilometers between 260 to 270 kilometers. You need to be extra careful. So for those two young drivers, they have unlimited possibilities. Yes. And for today's stage, the speed limit zone, the first one, 5.39 to 7.23 kilometers. If you over speed problem, there'll be time for penalty, 15 minutes. Then another one. In order to make sure the safety, there will be the speed limit in front and back, and it's between 90.76 to 91.38, and it should not be over 40 kilometers, or there will be time punishment. 1 hour. CP2. 145 to 178 something, and the speed is 60 kilometers. You need to be careful. So long distance for today's stage. So also a big test for the navigator. And they want to take a look at the departure. So this is the starting point. Taklimakan, the south part of the Taklimakan desert. And we will go to the Mecca and the desert. Before, some friends have some comments. So for the off-road race, long distance, how can they detect the speed? Because for the group, and there is the maximum speed limit, like T1 and T2, there's 107 kilometers, and other groups, they will be lower. Because for all the racing cars, they have the signals. So every 1 meters, there will be a signal sending out. So the organizers will get the information from that. So they will know the speed in each 100 meters. So they will know there's the over speed or not. So they will know how many parts of the how many violation over speed. So the organizers can better handle the situation of the race. Many people want to take a look at the departure of the vehicle. So we share the result of the stage, and today is a special stage, SS9, and then we'll go to the next camp. And there is the Maggie camp. And I also want to ask the director for the departure location. There is the video now. Yes, and we have the machine all the time. And tonight we always have the chicken legs. Awesome. Many friends are interested in NRED. NRED isn't already here, but don't worry, we'll provide updated information to you. And he is behaving really good. And the accumulative result is third, so there is a huge advantage. So in this day's live stream, we only had a simple talk with NRED. And we did not get the chance to talk to you more about NRED. The main reason is that he has a goal this year. He wants to defeat the top-tier overseas drivers. He wants to get the final champion. So he really focusing on his race and also focus on his preparations. Want to keep the momentum. So in the race, I can see the drivers have different characteristics. Some of them really like to talk to you, really talkative, like Nika Dor from Australia, the F1 white tees. He didn't mind. Really happy smile. He was willing to talk to you. And some racers are not so willing to talk to you because they want to keep the good situation. I remember that. There was the teammate Rosebach under huge pressure, and he was really focused on his race. So apart from the official interview, he will not accept any other interview. So we really understand NREP because some racers need to be focused, really focused in this way, because more than 10 days having the race. And I hope you can cheer for NREP because he will check the information and he will be in the comments. Some racers will not focus on the comments. Please cheer for NREP. Another thing is that today we'll go leave Ropo and go to Maggie. Maggie is a very special place. And many of you may not familiar with this, but this is, we have been in Maggie for many times. Like last year, we were also there. The location of Maggie is already in near the Taklimakan desert. It's the entire county. The entire county was surrounded by the Taklimakan desert. So Maggie County, there are 13 stages and another stage. And the devil stage, Maggie can be the last devil stage because of the location deep in the Taklimakan desert. So after having that stage, there will be the difficulty from the desert. So Taklimakan Rally desert is the second desert in the world, is the flowing desert. So the sand is really soft, really many soft sand zones. So when you do the race, especially the production race, there will the vehicles can be stopped easily and they will be influenced by the dust and the fine sands. Taklimakan Valley, there's so much soil also because there is no wind. You will find it really troublesome because the dust can be in the air for a long time and there will be a pressure for heat dissipation and also you cannot see well and you will find it more difficult to drive. But if there is the wind and it will be also dusty. So today will be a little bit windy. There will be a little bit windy today. So there will be a trouble for the racers. For McD County, one thing in particular I want to mention, even though surrounded by the desert, and it can showcase the resilience of the locals. 2022 to 2024, and they have done a lot in the desert, planting trees. 122 kilometers of them. There is the first phase. The second phase, they will control the sand. And the area is 57.33 mu. So this year, 2025, starting from 2025, and the ultimate they're still doing this. It's really arduous. It's really difficult. So we can see there are the measures to control the sand. And we can see the trees in order to control the sand. That is all from the hard work from the locals. And the locals also told us that the area of the trees is expanding. If I have not visited that, I will not be so surprised. Before, we all heard that manpower is stronger than the nature. But in Xinjiang Taklimakan Desert, we can see this. Manpower is stronger than the nature. So you can come to Xinjiang. Many people who like to have rally and have the off-road race, I think this is a really good place. After entering, going to the McD County, we will provide the updated information related to the race to you. And for McD County, there is the Daolang culture. What is that? Daolang is not the singer. It's the Uyghur, especially the Uyghur characteristics, culture characteristics. What's that? I will let you know tomorrow in tomorrow's live streams. Bye.
GWM, go with more. GWM. Go with more. GWM. Go with more.